Hello there, my name is Jonathan Obise and this is the Life and Truth podcast. I'm excited to have you tune in and stop by today. If this is the first time you're coming in podcast, I encourage you to go to all of my social media accounts at Jonathan Obise and also visit my website, jonathanobise.com, and you'll be able to find additional resources that I believe is going to be a tremendous blessing to your life. So one more time, you are specially welcome. So today I want to talk about a topic titled developing and balancing skills acquisition with certificates. Now, you've heard this statement before: talent is never enough, right? You can have talent, you can have potential, but if those talents or those potentials that you have are not really harnessed, it wouldn't be beneficial to you, whether monetarily or in several other ways, right? So the reality is this: the dilemma. The reason why I also chose to speak on this topic is because of the dilemma of a lot of young graduates, professional young people who probably just graduated from university and looking for opportunities and all of that. Most of the time, the larger percentage of those who graduate from universities look out for jobs. Just a few people go maybe to start building businesses. They have ideas, they pursue, developing, maybe starting doing a startup and all of that. But the majority always look for jobs. I was also in that category of those, who looked for jobs, right? There's nothing bad about looking for jobs. Now, the thing is this: when you talk about developing and balancing skills, skills acquisition over certificates, this is what I mean by that. Most employers would always focus on skills above certificates. If you went to Harvard University or Stanford or MIT, that's a different case, right? The university alone, it's a door opener, right? Because before you get in there, it's something else. You must be something else. So, but most employers will always focus on the skills. So irrespective of the university you went to, irrespective of what you claim, they'll always focus on the skills. And that is why when you look at top institutions or top organizations, today, a lot of tech companies and all of that, you have a lot of software developers, software engineers, people who never went to university, who are working full-time, who are working for them. Why? Because they have the requisite skill that a lot of people who go through the university system don't have. Now, I'm sharing this, and I'm going to share also my own personal story with you, just to give some background to this. But the goal of what I'm trying to emphasize is this: skills acquisition would always take priority, always take precedence over certificates. And if, for example, you find yourself in a situation where, for example, you're learning, or there's this craze a lot of times about getting certificates. People just want to have certificate of this, certificate of that. I think there has to be a balance. You have to ask yourself, if I do this and I do this, will I get the requisite knowledge, the requisite skills, that I'll be able to take either to the marketplace or take to the business environment or use personally to enhance myself? It's very important to prioritize skills over certificates. Now, let me share my own little story with you. When I graduated from the university, like everyone, I started looking for jobs, I was literally job hunting. Now, but I had a skill, right? I knew music. I knew how to play the piano. I knew how to play the sax, the guitar. So what I did was, immediately after university, I was job hunting, but I started a music school. So I was teaching people how to read, how to read music, how to play the piano, guitar, saxophone, violin, and all of those things. I was doing that, right? As people would say, to keep the body and soul together. But I was also pursuing other things. I was developing my skills. I was also pursuing my passion. I was building a product with some friends, and doing all of those things, right? I was just pushing stuff while, doing other things, utilizing my skills, to also keep myself, just to keep things going. Right now, eventually, of course, from the music school, I went into building a product, seeking for investors, and then converted into a company and continue to run that on the side and all of that. Now, why I'm sharing this is this: for you to understand. At the end of the day, for me, everything sort of came together, right, to sort of help me become whatever I am today. Right now, what I'm saying is this: as an individual, maybe you're a recent graduate listening to this, or someone who is a recent graduate, I think this is going to be beneficial to them. Prioritize skills over certificates. If you instead of just jumping around looking for jobs and all of that, why not look, if you're interested in a particular industry, look for an organization, right, that you feel does what you're interested in. And if you have the requisite skill, tell them you're willing to volunteer. Volunteer your time, show what you have. And if you're able to show what you have, I can tell you there's just a matter of time. No organization would want to let go of anyone that is valuable, any employee that is valuable. And if you understand this, it will tremendously change your life. Now, this is takeaway from this. This is very short, and this is the takeaway. Number one, don't sit idly by waiting for some grand opportunity. It most likely doesn't happen. It really wouldn't happen. In some cases it happens, but in most instances it wouldn't happen. Start utilizing what you have and develop yourself. Number two, prepare, and your opportunity will meet you halfway. Develop the skills. Go get certificates that actually give you the skills. It's good to go after certificates, but make sure the certificates, the courses you're taking, give you the skills that you need to make real progress. Now, and lastly, God will bless the work of our hands. You have a certificate, that is good, but you need a skill. You see an organization, you say, this is the skill I have, I want to offer that skill to you for free. If your skill is valuable, it's just a matter of time. You would now begin to, you'd have real opportunities that can actually pay your bills and help you develop yourself. Now, it may take time, but eventually your sacrifice in developing real skills would pay off. So this is just it. I just want to share this little stuff with you, and I want to believe this has been a blessing to you. Please do not hesitate to like, to share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I look forward to sharing more with you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening, and bye-bye.